Welcome back everyone, I bring you some good news, and that is the date and time of the next Warhammer Preview Live that I always get the order of the words wrong, but it's fine because we know what we're talking about. So, oh man, this is a difficult one. It's going to be during the Las Vegas Open 2025, Thursday the 16th of January at 9 PM PST, or Friday the 17th of January at 5 AM GMT, which is bad news for me because I always try and stream these when it's in the middle of the night, when it's like 3 AM, even 4 AM. I can kind of swing it. I get a bit of a nap beforehand, then we stream, then I go back to bed for a bit, but 5 o'clock in the morning, I may as well be up for the rest of the day at that stage, and I don't want to be up at that time. That sucks. But we're probably going to try it anyway. Thing is, it's not just that. It is not just that. No, we do have some sneaky peek teasers as to what is coming up. So there's a little picture at the bottom of this article that has these. Now, it's worth reminding ourselves that we've got Warhammer 40k, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Warhammer the Old World, Necromunda, and Black Library, which makes one of these pictures a little bit of a puzzle because we can get a nice bigger version of this. Of course, we always need them. Now, of course, we have two possible interpretations for the old pink one on the left there. I mean, it's either Lucius the Eternal, or the new Noise Marines are going to have bagpipes, or they're stim injectors. Bagpipes is funnier though. The orange one next to him, that is very reminiscent of a thanatar to me. Now, it might not be a thanatar, but it sort of looks like one. And we can see one here, just for reference. You've got the head sticking out of the side, you've got a gun on the shoulder. Admittedly, it's a different gun in the picture, but there's a big ammo feed going up to one of the arms. Like, that to me, that kind of says thanatar, but Horse Heresy is not mentioned on the image. So if we have a look at what's going to be there, 40k, Age of Sigmar, Old World, Necromunda. Where does a thanatar come in relation to any of those, unless you're going to be allowed to use them in 40k now? I don't know. We've also got some sort of AOS-based shaman by the looks of things. Although arguably that could be either AOS or Old World, it's kind of hard to tell. There's also a cute little insect in the green there, which I'm guessing is Necromunda, to be honest. And then even with that desaturation, that blue filter and background on the clearly undead guy with the big batwing helmet and the ropey looking horse, I mean, I'm assuming that is something to do with one of the undead sub-factions for AOS. That's my guess anyway. The thing is, we do also have a video, so we can have a little look and see if we've got any more hints and teasers through here. You never know. They might just show exactly what something is. I'm saying that to sort of foreshadow, as though they might say exactly what something is, pretty much. Unless they, having a laugh with us, and they are in fact not going to just show... I mean, no... Oh, okay, hang on. Let's go back a little bit. Yep, so there we go. Ropey-looking undead horse. Nice and easy, we got that one. I mean, it's definitely a thanatar. Look at it. Look at the state of it. It clearly is. What? I mean, I'm assuming they will show off. I mean, even there, even on that little preview there, look. Age of Sigmar, 40k, Necromunda, the Old World. Are they just teasing? Are they just being cheeky? Are there in fact more things to come, but they're not saying? I don't know. Be hilarious it was for Necromunda, though. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the drama if they released a plastic thanatar, if they released this, but it's just for Necromunda? I mean, obviously, that would be stupid. You would just buy it and use it for Horus Heresy, but whatever. An interesting choice. Also, it's worth noting that, Legions Imperialis is not listed either, so it's not a tiny version for that. I think we might already have a tiny version anyway, so... Okay, we've also got little green lad, the little green bug. I mean, that says Necromunda to me. Doesn't it? Doesn't it just say Necromunda? I think it's Necromunda. Some sort of hilarious insect that some freak or other has got on a leash of some kind. Well, I suppose technically it could still be something like AOS or fantasy-based, but that's my gut feeling. Nice and easy, and yeah, I mean, if that isn't Lucius the Eternal, I would love to meet the person who came up with the idea of giving someone else a sword of that type and a whip like that. I would really like to meet that person, because clearly... massive troll if that isn't Lucius the Eternal. We can get a little bit of detail out of this side profile as well, which is nice. So clearly we've got a little bit of heal action going on. A little bit of heal action. Let me turn the cursor on so we can take a proper look. Like, I feel like just here, that looks like that's the boot. And unless the terrain is suspiciously just sticking up a little bit there, kind of looks like there's a little bit of a heal going on that particular boot. There's a bit of a weird bulge going around the shin there as well. I don't know whether that's maybe chain or something. It's kind of difficult. Very spiky like greave on the other side, so that's fun. I did get confused about the state of the hilt on the sword just for a moment, but I think that is largely just down to the fact that the whip is curving round, so it kind of looks like it's sort of attached, but it's not really. what I refer to as bagpipes over here, probably stim injectors, most likely not going to be bagpipes, although, having said that, you cannot tell me that a noise marine playing sonic bagpipes at people that do damage isn't a great idea. You can't tell me that. I refuse to accept that. It's clearly a great idea, but that's obviously not what they're doing here. More than anything, this is really making me want to see the actual arm of the Emperor's Children. We've seen little hints here and there. We've seen, like, helmets, and we've seen shoulder pads, and we've seen the guns and a few things, but we don't actually know what the armour looks like. We don't know what that looks like yet. And now I really want to know what that looks like. So yeah, if that isn't Mr. Eternal himself, then I don't know why they would do this, but it would also be kind of funny, but only for about 30 seconds, and then I'd be like, no, seriously, show me the dude. But anyway, moving on, let's have a quick check, and there's the, oh, Nick, Alex, lads, get out the shot. Yeah, I mean, that's actually more difficult to tell what that is, primarily because it's quite a shapeless model. Shapeless isn't the right word. It's not like, it isn't clearly defined. Clearly we've got robes, we've got cloaks, we've got all sorts of stuff going on there, and that kind of makes it look a bit like a sack with some antlers sticking out the top. So a silhouette go, not the most informative, but it's definitely something like naturey of that kind in it, clearly something like that. So we do have a few things to go off. We've got a little sneaky, cheeky peek, and I think we've got a couple of those pretty much spot on. I mean, at least one of them seems very obvious. Two of them, to be fair, seem very obvious. But I really want to know why there's no mention of Horus Heresy if there is, in fact, a particular big stompy mech/robot being made available in plastic, which is what I assume that is. And whether it's just a case of, these are the highlights, like this is what we're going to be focusing on, but there's going to be a little bit else here and there, like it seems a bit weird, but I guess we will find out on the day, which is not that far away. 10 days off, in fact. 10, 11 days, close enough. So yeah, let me know what you think of those in the comments down below. Let me know what you think they are. I'm assuming you agree on me with at least 4 of them? Maybe the bug one. I think the bug one is probably the most difficult one, isn't it? That's the one that is most like, what could this be for? So I think that's the one we might need to focus on. But by all means, what are the rest? Let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.